What's going on, Hood Nation? Nidge here, DFX. We just want to touch up on Deathbattle, Thor versus Wonder Woman. There's a few things that I feel they left out, and I just want to bring them into perspective. First is going to be, and this is really heavily a very, very important fact, is her bracelets can't block god weapons. It's been shown that they're one of her rivals in a 1983 comic, and I stumbled across this past my prediction, but it further proves that I believe Thor would win. He jacked some god weapons, low tier god weapons, and was able to cut the rope and was able to shatter the gauntlets. Normally those things don't, nothing, no scratches, no nothing. A lower tier weapon god or weapon almost, and this was a mere mortal, by the way. He had a little bit of strength, here and there, whatever, but he was nowhere near God, Thor's ability, nobody's superpower, and he almost broke them damn bracers. He cracked the hell out of them, blah, blah, blah. Now let's put that in perspective of Mjolnir versus those bracelets, with Thor swinging it at freaking multiple MFTL speeds. Instantly would destroy those bracelets and go through it. Her instinct is to block. She literally is like Ultra Instinct Goku in a sense, for those of you that are following Dragon Ball. Like, she could block, like, and the thing is this is a battle of, they don't know who they are. Instantly, if they collided fighting, if he threw the first swing and she didn't dodge it and want to block it, which that is her trait. She deliberately is, I don't want to say cocky, but it's just her instinctive nature to block everything. The hammer would go right through, break her arms, or go right through and just smash her in the face, pretty much just one-shotting her. And if people want to say inconsistency with speed with Thor, Wonder Woman's the same way. Look at this. Batman freaking punched Wonder Woman, okay? Like, we're talking about a normal human like me, like when I was in my army days, Batman obviously would probably take my ass any day, even if I was in my peak army days. But, I was able to do the 200 push-ups. I was a boxer. I could run 2 miles in like 8 minutes. Actually, what the hell was my record? It was like 8 minutes or something, 2 miles, or 8 minutes and 50 some seconds or something like that. It was pretty impressive, at the time, and I'm working on getting back in shape, but I digress. The point is inconsistencies are on every level. It's just what the writer writes. Look at Thanos, for instance. He was arrested by the cops, okay? Nobody, anybody that knows Thanos then you would scale him at a freaking thug police level, okay? Thanos, even Silver Surfer was beat up and put in the circus in a comic book. The inconsistency of comics have been throughout time. They're just plot holes literally written just to progress a story, and I call it personally bad writing. To me, if I made a superhero, I would never make him that vulnerable to random petty crap. But those were times when they were trying to teach kids educational, like, don't do crime, kids, or you'll go to jail. Like, that's why they were there. But yet they still keep coming back to haunt and show everybody else that, oh, this person clearly is scaled to Batman. Look at that. Would you ever scale Wonder Woman to Batman? Look at that. She got hit. Crack. And look at that. Would you honestly look me in the face and say, I don't agree with that? If you want to agree with that, that's fine. But we also have to flip it on the other side with Thor, with Quicksilver. Just because Quicksilver dodged some of Thor's shit, here's the thing. People also underestimate, too. There's levels of power. If Thor lands on Earth, he knows these people are fragile. When he attacks somebody, he's not going to use 100% of his power because he's going to fucking kill them. He'll turn them into mist or shatter them. He's going to use like 0.0001% of his power. And they know how to adjust their levels of attack. And people, however, assume that because they attacked and missed Quicksilver with lightning, all of a sudden, oh, well, he clearly can't even hit Quicksilver, or he can't, it's like, no, he didn't want to kill Quicksilver, like, you know what I mean? Like, with great power comes great responsibility. For instance, look at my nephew when he was a baby. Like, if he punched me in the face and I didn't dodge it, it would hurt a little bit. But the reality is that any time I could just snap, I could just hurt him. But you wouldn't do that, right? Like, you got to look at that. Look at Superman and Batman. Batman has even punched Superman Clark. See, like, you can't use these low balling things. You take their greatest feats and make it happen. That is very, very, very important when it comes to finding out who would win. So, with that being said, we also got Thor has other abilities that, which I'm very surprised, like the God Blast, that didn't get mentioned at all, which could obliterate Galactus. Okay, like a hungry Galactus, everybody will have to put that into terms, but there's a Celestial. Okay, like Wonder Woman is not. There's no way Wonder Woman is paired to Galactus. I don't give a shit who anybody says. And if you guys want to talk strength, Wonder Woman, assuming pulled her weight, great. The snake changes its shape, which is whatever. But a concrete strength feat, Thor held 8 planets with one hand. Okay, one hand. And you can lowball them and say the planets were the size of Pluto, which is considered now a miniature dwarf planet. Even if you used Pluto as the smallest planet, right? It's still 8 Plutos are still heavier than Earth. Like, and remember, a third is her strength, and she was struggling. So durability, I'm not going to go down there because Thor doesn't have to prove durability because Diana's sword could cut him. That I'm not going to deny that. There's no doubt in my mind. If she could speed blitz him and cut him, great. The problem is if you guys want to play the inconsistency, sure, then yeah, she can go and cut him. However, he's been speed blitzed by people just as fast as Wonder Woman, if not faster. Silver Surfer, I know people are saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. Silver Surfer has done, like, people against, like, Nova, what the fuck, Sentry. Like, there's people that are way up there that, you know, Silver Surfer has toe-to-toe with, and Thor has toe-to-toe with. There's always these levels of underestimating and this and that. So that's why power scaling, I can understand some people don't like, but it is definitely a way for us to gauge where they're at. And I'm not going to accept Zoom's speed ability for her. It just doesn't count. Why? It's time magic. Zoom, look him up. He manipulates around him to perceive everything slower, and he has mastered it. Diana was forged from magic. She was created from magic. So she naturally, and this is also stated, has a natural, I don't know what the percentage is, but basically she has a natural built-in immunity to some magic, or to magic in general. Like Necron's lightning that literally just destroys other people. Like, it probably would one-shot Superman and other people. She gets hit by it, and she just kind of shrugs it off and just goes. Like, that kind of shows you that the time magic of that is not a good way to scale. Cheetah, she maybe would have been a good one, but she also has learned time magic kind of with Zoom, because Zoom has trained her. So I don't consider that as well. And Flash has been stated to not ever go full balls deep against Wonder Woman. There is a thing where they love each other, so when they do have disparities and they're fighting, they go easy on each other. I truly believe without a shadow of a doubt, if Flash went full-blown ape shit on Wonder Woman, he would take her out. But he's a gentleman in some cases, you know? Like, he just wouldn't do that. Versus Diana, she's a bitch, you know? Like, she's a bad bitch, and she's not gonna hold back because she's a woman. And women don't hold back whenever they attack a man. Men almost all the time hold back. And that also could play into the Thor thing. But remember, this is Death Battle. This is supposed to be like, if without a shadow of a doubt, like, they just went all at it with all the fucking cards on the table, I don't see how Thor's hammer would not go right through those gauntlets. Her instincts are to block them. Her hands would get smashed instantly. If the hammer swung it, it would go right through her and to her chest, and it would just pulverize her instantly. If she speed blitzed, Thor has put out feats in the past, not lowballing him. Just like I'm not going to lowball, Wonder Woman with this Batman feat. He'd be able to react to it. And Zoom doesn't count. You guys can say it does, but it's time magic. And I've proven the immunity of time magic, it doesn't apply. Odin, or Thor is not using magic in his combat speed. So it doesn't apply. So anyways, y'all, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Let me know what you guys think, though. If the bracelets do break, does that mean she would go into a crazy state and make her stronger? I heard the bracelets, once they come off, shit hits the fan. But then Thor also can amplify himself with his Berserker Rage, and I think that's really where the fight would come down. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to join Hood Nation, here's a chance right here. And like always, that playlist to get your feet wet. But if I ain't a cup of tea, y'all go find it. It's out there. Believe it. Nidge from DFX. I'm out.